the story about the Douglas County Nine.
That's what's wrong. Need my shades. The future's so bright. I need my shades.
About the Douglas County Nine. Ironically, there was only one African American soldier from Douglas County, Georgia, to be killed in action in World War I. Clarification: he was the only infantry soldier, African American infantry soldier from Douglas County, Georgia, to be killed in action in World War I. And he died on this day, September 28th, 1918, in the Moussagon offensive. And he was my ancestor, my great-grand-uncle, Will Sparks. No one knew he existed. And we're pursuing this because honor is due. Welcome to use my outdoor voice from the inside. I'm Sharon Weatherspoon. I am the editor of the Family Secret Journal. And welcome you, the love of the Lord. To introduce to some and to others, you know this fine gentleman here a lot longer than I have, Mr. Gregory Dansby. I'm going to be interviewing him today as we go through this journey of the Douglas County Nine. That's what brings us all here. Let me tell you a little bit about how it happened. My mother is the matriarch, current reigning matriarch of the Sparks family. Her name is Lois Quinn. Cousin Fred is the oldest living Sparks male. My mother is the oldest living Sparks female. About 11 years ago, my mother decided she'd journey over to Ancestry.com and start looking around and pass the baton on to me. I started looking around, and she was looking for her father, who she never knew. Then we decided to look through the Sparks family, and it dawned on me to learn of the Sparks family in its entirety. Who they were, where they came from, who they were by name, and what happened to them. As I was nearing the completion or so, I thought of my research. This gentleman pops up on Facebook, not Facebook, on Ancestry.com to say, by the way, did you know Will Sparks was he kin to someone in Coweta County?
Actually, the other line of Sparks and Winston, we're still unclear whether they're two lines of Sparks or
true.
whether they're one line.
And that's how it happened. He was referencing Julius Sparks. And so we began to put our heads together and realized that Will Sparks was a part of a group of soldiers that fought in World War I. I didn't know that. I thought I was done with my research. So this is where we're going to pick up today. So over here, there was a song out back in during the time of World War I, and I think it went over there, na na, say a prayer over there. Well, we have deemed this to be over here, over there, over the top, and overdue. When honor is overdue. To my surprise, I guess I shouldn't be surprised anymore these days, but I call him Dr. Dansby. Has got quite the memory and can recall all of these soldiers by name. And Greg, please, we're going to just introduce who the Douglas Nine are by name, if you would. Reference them.
Reference them, as
Yes.
far as reference them just by name.
By name, let's introduce them. Who are these soldiers?
I don't want to go that order, but I'm going to start off with Claude Inslee from the Inslee family. Then you had Glenn Favors, Leonard Hawkins, James Luther Lawrence, Edward Johnson, Leonard Jones, Otis McCauley, and I believe that is it.
And Will Sparks.
and Will Sparks.
Did you count them 9?
There were 9.
There were 9. And then they were infantry soldiers. I learned so much about World War I. I did not care to know about World War I until I met this man here, who happens to be a veteran. We thank you for your service. But I know so much more about World War I, and this is the centennial of World War I. 100 years since that event happened. So thank you for listing those gentlemen. And as we go on, we might find out we're akin to. Maybe 1 or 2 or many. So their family, their life histories. Let's go back a little bit.
Go back in time. Where did these guys come from? Where did their families originate from?
Exactly.
Well, if you go back prior to, well, let's go back to 1870.
We started with our ancestor. His name was Harrison Sparks, and he was born in 1830. And that's going to be our premier edition. This is our centennial edition that preempted our premier edition, but it was so important to get this work out. Talk about World War I, about what was going on over here. But in let's talk about 1915. So having grown up here in Douglas County, in the year 1915, Theodore Roosevelt gave a speech, and it was called Unhyphenated Americans. Can you tell us about that time? I hope you all are fast forward with us. In year 1915, these folks have migrated here from other areas. They're here in Douglas County, and it's 1915.
Well, President Roosevelt basically gave a speech on patriotism to America. And he talked about hyphenate Americans. And he only believed that Americans, whether you were Austrian, German, British, French, if you had other loyalties, you weren't American. All Americans were basically Americans, and he warned that to have patronage to one of these hyphenate countries was to be un-American. And thus, it came to be shown that hyphenate Americans were not to be trusted. And it was basically, if we're American, we're Americans. If you have allegiance to other places, then we're going to have to keep an eye on you guys.
That's right, and that was like the prevailing thought. Like you said, if you had a hyphen in between yourself being an American, you were suspect. And at that time, Greg, approaching World War I, the World War started in, 1914?
1914.
Right, but 1915, he's given this speech, and then Woodrow Wilson comes in to be the 28th president. And it's 1917. It's 1917, if you will. And what is the thought of Woodrow Wilson? Let's talk about how Woodrow Wilson was approaching what was going on around us with war looming.
With war looming, Wilson actually had got into the White House on the promise of we weren't going to end the war.
Right.
Eventually, after several attacks of American ships and telegrams to the Mexican embassy from the Germans guaranteed the Mexicans to to give back to them the states of Texas, Arizona. Wilson saying at this time that it was necessary that they start preparing for war.
And because they had to start preparing for war, this was a really great highlight of our research. We found that when they looked around and realized that there were hyphenates amongst them. So what did that look like? You see,
they were basically looking at themselves in the mirror.
and they were afraid.
They were afraid of their own selves. We were talking about being in the D.C. area. We're getting ready to prepare for war. First step is to protect the nation's capital.
We're in September on our timeline. September 26,
September 26th.
1918.
September 26th is the beginning of the last major battle over in Germany. Many call it the Battle of the Black Forest. Military people call it the Battle of New Sargon. This is where our soldiers are at the front of the line, or out of the front lines, getting prepared for the biggest battle. September 28th.
September 28th was a very powerful, it was yesterday, as a matter of fact, 100 years ago. The 88s are falling like rain. Our wounded are many, is a report from the book of Emmett J. Scott. Tell us what happened on September 28th.
September 28th, one of our Douglas County 9. Would fall in battle. It would be the only African American in Douglas County to die in World War I. We don't know if it was hit by shrapnel, hit by a bullet, hand-to-hand combat. What we do know is on the 28th of September, Will Sparks of Winston, Georgia, was killed in action. The battle went on for several days, and it was maybe 2 days later before they finally recovered his body and buried it on the spot.
Wow. And so when we realized what we had here in this research, we had to do something with this. So thank you for being here today so that we can honor his life.